singing. And for over 50 years, this gentleman has spanned the countryside and around the world, spreading the gospel in song as only he can do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're very honored to have as our guest on Great Moments in Gospel none other than the Rev Claude Jeter out of New York City. Good morning, Reverend Jeter.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
And all the people of Philadelphia and all the surrounding territory.
Well, I tell you, it's been a blessing just talking to you, and we've been back and forth on the phone with you for a while, for about a year now. We finally got it together.
Uh-huh.
Reverend Jeter, take us back to the beginning. 1938, October 21st. Was that the date?
1938?
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, I can go back that far. But when I first, in 1938...
That was when the Swans was organized.
Yeah.
But you were organized...
well, you see, I had a group.
Okay.
But we was called the Harmony King.
Right, you were started out...
I was at this group in West Virginia.
Right.
And in 38, 39, rather.
Uh-huh.
I went to Knoxville, Tennessee.
Right.
Understand?
Mm-hmm.
And in Knoxville, we were on a sustaining program for 15 minutes on Sunday morning.
Uh-huh.
And we made 3 broadcasts, 3 Sundays, and Swan Bread Company heard us and bought us. And then they put us in the paper when we were broadcasting for Swan Bread Company. That's a bakery, a big bakery in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Right.
And we broadcast for them for about 5.5 or 6 years.
Did you have a half an hour show or 15 minutes?
Had a 15-minute show every day, 5 days a week.
5 days a week?
Yeah.
You'd have to be there live in their studio?
No, we didn't have to. We had to be there live, but once a month we had 5 days that we could go other places and sing and just be back for the live broadcast.
I see.
We could be off for a week.
Uh-huh.
That's after we made enough recordings to play while during our absence.
Okay.
You understand?
Now, at that time, you were known as the 4 Harmony Kings.
Yeah, well, when Swan Bread Company bought us, they started putting us in the paper as Swan Silvertone.
Okay. Now
that's why the Swan Silvertone come about.
Was that with John Miles, Alfred Patton?
John Miles.
Alfred Patton?
Yeah.
And there was a John Jeter.
Yeah, but you see, when we were doing the time of the broadcast for Swan Bread Company, those two had quit. They wasn't with me then.
Okay.
But they used to sing with me.
Were you the actual organizer of...
Yeah, I'm everything in that. I organized it, I had everybody and everything.
Now, who inspired you?
Who inspired me to sing?
Uh-huh.
My mother.
Okay.
And when I was 14 years old, we were living in Kentucky, and about 3 other little boys about my age, we had us a little quartet, and we could sing pretty good, too.
Uh-huh.
And we sang around there, a little locally, you know.
Who did you see around there to pattern yourself after?
Well, at that time, I didn't know anybody I could say that, you know, inspired me to do that, because really, when I had a little group in Kentucky, and we were little boys, I wasn't doing any falsetto.
Was anybody singing during that time, Reverend Jeter?
I'm trying to think. Was any? Yeah, it was some groups singing, but like the old Blue Jay singers.
Okay. Charlie Bridges.
Yeah, and there's a lot of...
How about a group...
Jubilees, huh?
How about a group called the Eagles Quartet?
Eagles?
You ever heard of them?
Blue Eagles.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're out of Birmingham.
You had a lot of quartets out of Bessemer, Alabama, didn't you?
That's right. That's where they come from.
Every quartet started out there.
I know where I came from.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I knew the Eagles, and the Birmingham Jubilee, the original Kings of Harmony.
So Jimmy Hollingsworth?
Jimmy Hollingsworth, he was singing with the Blue Jays.
And Charlie Bridges?
Charlie Bridges was the Birmingham Jubilee.
How about Charlie Beale?
Charlie who?
Charlie Beale.
Charlie Beale was with the Blue Jays.
David Daney?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I knew all of them.
Okay. Are any of them still around, Reverend Jeter?
Who?
Any of those people still around?
Oh, no, they about all dead out now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know if any of them are living, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
So did you move into Pittsburgh?
Well, no, when we were singing, and,
When you switched over to Swan Bakery?
I left West Virginia. I went to Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay.
We stayed there until broadcast for Swan Bread Company until 1947.
Okay, your first recordings. I have an album on the King.
45.
I have records on the King label.
Yeah, that's right. That's the first company I recorded on.
All a cappella. Beautiful.
That's right.
Angels Keep Watching Over Me.
Yeah, all night and all day.
In the Upper Room.
In the Upper Room.
Oh, Careless Soul.
Oh, Careless Soul. And I revived that. I just made that, you know, on the last...
I have that on Hob. You did it on Hob or Savoy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, no, this... Yeah, but the last Careless Soul is on Spirit Field.
Oh, that's about your latest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got that?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Now, what happened after Swan Bakery 1938 we're talking about now?
Not the Swan Bakery, see, that was in 1941.
Okay, so that was during the war years.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Where you were at that time during the war, 41, you all were Swan Silvertones.
I was a Swan, no.
Still Harmony.
I wasn't a Swan Silvertone until 1941 when Swan Bread Company bought us.
Okay.
We was on another little local station that called I think WLIB or whatever.
I remember that.
Huh?
Where were you at during the war? Where was the
Knoxville.
All right, so the Harmony Kings all stayed together?
Yeah, we was the Harmony King during that little broadcast for 3 weeks that I was on that little small station. But when Swan Company bought us, now that we had been when I first went to Knoxville in 1941. That's when I went to Knoxville. We was in West Virginia up until then.
Okay. When the Swan Bakery bought you and changed your name to Swan Silvertones, did you remain there in Kentucky?
They put us in the paper as Swan Silvertones.
Right. Now, did they move you did you move from Kentucky to Pittsburgh?
No, we moved. It wasn't Kentucky. It was Tennessee.
Tennessee, I'm sorry.
I moved from West Virginia to Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay, that's a big radio station down there.
Oh, yeah, WNOX.
Isn't that Big House?
Yeah, that's a big station.
Yeah, that's a band down there named Hoss Allen.
Huh?
Is Hoss Allen down there? That big disc jockey named Hoss Allen? Got a 50...
One down there now, I don't know, I wouldn't know his name.
Yeah, 50,000 watt station years ago.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, you know about it.
Yeah. What happened now after you...
Quit that?
You changed to Swan
Silvertones?
Yeah, after you changed to Swan Silvertones.
Yeah.
What happened then?
Well, we broadcast for Swan Bread Company for all those years. And then in 1947, all of my boys, they wanted to travel some. And so I went out and talked to Baker, Mr. Swan, and he agreed. I said, I want to keep the name. I don't want to move because we was on that big station,
right? And
they was hearing us all down in Tennessee and North Carolina, and I didn't want to change it because the people, wouldn't know who I was,
right?
So he told me to keep it. He'd be glad. So anytime I wanted to come back, come on back. So we left and we hit the road. Yeah.
Now, that's 1947, you hit the road.
Hit the road for good.
When you went on the road, Reverend Jeter...
I had been going before that.
Right.
But not nationwide,
Right. Now, you have, of course, made your recordings on King Records at this time.
Yeah, 1945.
All right, I
was still with Swan Bread. I recorded my first record on King label. I bowed on my knees and cried holy.
That's right.
And Willis Circle being broken.
Right. Lord, I've tried.
Lord, I tried, yeah.
I have all those records here on the album.
Yeah, but they was on like most on acapella.
Right.
And then I stayed there with King Labor for about 2 years or better.
Mm-hmm. What was it like traveling back then in '47, Reverend Jeter? Who else was out there on the road?
Very few of them.
Was the harmonizing force?
Soul Stirrers. Harmonizing Force was out on the road, but they wasn't going nationwide.
I see.
But they was going now.
Mm-hmm.
So they came to Knoxville. I booked them in Knoxville. Booked the Soul Stirrers in Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
I booked the Fairfield Four is one of the old groups that was out there.
Right.
Old Fairfield Four.
They're back out again, you know.
Yeah, back out there.
Got a new
that same old stuff.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the music is coming back around.
Yeah, it certainly is.
It's come back around. Now, when you were out there on the road back in '47, you started traveling. How far west did you go?
West?
Yeah,